And we're off to the races, like I normally say. I am beyond stoked because each day, it seems now, I'm bringing you 2 and 3 episodes. I'm shooting episodes around the clock. I'm unstoppable. I am just amazing in many ways, but so are you for tuning in every time. I am beyond glad because all you guys tune in and check out my YouTube stuff. As you know, this is a pre-recorded show, but I like to think of it as you guys are on the other side of the monitor, watching my every move. Tonight is one for the ages. I like to say this is an epic show. Today I have an almost famous radio podcast. We are joined by a dynamic personality, guys. She's the host of Be Live with Kelly, with Dani Kelly podcast, and a powerful cultural voice for the Brazilian diaspora in the United States. She's a force of nature to be reckoned with, and if I may add, she is a fellow podcaster too. Like I said, she's incomparable. There's nobody like her. She's unstoppable. Give it up for the one and only Dani
Oh,
Kelly. Yeah.
oh, I love it. Thank you so much for the amazing introduction. I'm so honored to be over here on the Almost Famous podcast with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation, and it's beautiful. It's all thank you. I'm so like, who is this person? Every time you introduce me, like, this is myself, and
Yes.
thank you.
Well, I tried to. I digged up a little stuff on you. I did a good a deal of searching and perusing through stuff that you had online and things of that nature, and I came across a lot of cool stuff. I mean, you have your own studio, right? We're going to talk all about that, but most
Yes.
important, you are the voice for your Brazilian people. You're a Brazilian superstar, and you're a liaison or liaison to your people. You're kind of that sort of mouthpiece. You know what I mean? That helps bridge that gap. Because many a times people come into the United States, the immigration in the 1980s, I think they migrated, a lot of political upheaval, a lot of instability, a lot of craziness, right, was happening. People wanted to come for a better shot at life and economic growth, and here you are. I mean, obviously you're doing a lot for your people. So I'm very blessed and honored to have a person that really has a purpose. You're fulfilling your purpose, your God-given talent, and all the best to you. I tip my hat off to you, Dani Kelly. I cannot sing your praises enough. You're working around the clock, I'm sure, doing a lot of wonderful things. And the name of your company is Creation Studio. Is that called Creation Studio USA?
Yes, Jamie, I am creating, right, the Creation Studios USA. It
Wonderful.
is a studio for content creators slash podcasters,
Cool.
artists. We get together everything that you need for creating business. Once you are from another country, you need support. So I created Creation Studios to support everyone who wants to like to create business or to get a brand or to talk.
Beautiful.
So
Wow.
we are open space for that for everyone.
That's wonderful. Where are you guys located? Here in LA? You're in LA?
Yeah, right now I have a studio. Just have two studios before, but I one in Culver City. I just closed that one because have we sold the building for developers, and now I have the Chatsworth location in Nevada.
Chatsworth. It's close to me.
Yes, right. And I love to have you over for a podcast and check it out the
Sure.
place. So we have the when I create Creative Studios, I need a place to talk. I was doing lives before for like 1 year, but then
Mhm.
I thought, okay, I need a location. I need a hub for
Wow.
Brazilians, not
Yeah.
even Brazilians, for everyone to come and get together. So at the creation, besides the podcast room, the photography room, all the content support I do over there, and the service I offer, we also create events for the community. So during this year, we have a lot of events. We had pop-up markets, content creation events. We had also, I have a group of entrepreneurs from Brazil that we support the business, we guide them and help them launch the business.
That's beautiful. Everything I'm hearing, I'm liking. It's
Thank you.
right in my alley, right in my wheelhouse. I like to help and support people and help in many ways. Specifically, we had the government that was shut down for a long time. It was astronomical, the amount of bad that it did for a lot of our people in the community, because a lot of people in the community didn't have their basic necessities met. Like a lot of people were in need of food, and people stepped up and were able to give food and make makeshift pantries out on the street, as I understand it, and that sort of thing to give back. I love it. So do you speak other languages? You're Brazilian, so do you speak let me see,
Portuguese, we speak
Portuguese, right?
Portuguese, and then Portuguese from Brazil because it's different from Portuguese from Portugal.
Hmm.
And also, I do speak like 70% in Spanish,
Okay,
and trying to speak English until today.
you're doing well.
Thank you.
All right, let's test your Spanish. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Daniela, muchas gracias. ¿Cómo se va?
Muy bien, muy bien,
Sí, muy
muy
bien.
bien.
¿Dónde es su español? ¿Dónde
Mi
es?
español es yo viví en Ciudad de México antes, cuando era el Distrito Federal. Viví,
¿De dónde eres?
aproximadamente 6 meses en Polanco, un lugar
Polanco.
en Polanco, muy bonito, muy bello, muy maravilloso. Ujú.
Sí, sí.
Pues mi
¿Tú
familia,
naciste, ah,
¿dónde?
naciste aquí en los Estados
Yo soy de
Unidos?
Estados Unidos, nacido aquí en Estados Unidos, criado en el este de Los Ángeles, y he vivido en varios lugares, pero hoy día vivo en la ciudad de Woodland Hills,
Sí, muy
California.
bonito, muy
Sí,
bonito.
sí, está padre aquí, ¿no? Está padrísimo. Pero
Sí, ¿cuánto tiempo viviste en México?
poco tiempo, 6 meses, 6 o 7 meses. Tengo muchos parientes por aquel rumbo, y
Sí.
mi papá es mexicano, 100% de un lugar que se llama Durango, la Mesa del Rodeo Durango. Y
Ujú.
mi papá es familiar de la bella Doña María Félix. Es
Oh,
la familia de mi papá.
grande familia,
Gran
sí.
actriz, grande actriz. Maria Felix was a big actress in the golden era of Mexico.
Wow.
Mexico
Yo
starting.
soy encantada de la Gold Area, soy encantada de las canciones, los trajes,
Música.
la
Yeah.
danza, los filmes son muy encantadores daquele
Yes.
momento. No regresa más, mas me encanta mucho.
Muy bonito. Tienes que visitar a México más frecuentemente, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
Sería divino, ¿no? O sea,
Sí, mas já se foi a Brasil?
no, para nada, pero conozco muchos brasileños. Conozco
Oh,
bastantes brasileños. Tenía una amiga modelo, de hecho, Mía, se llama Mía, me parece. Y ella era una modelo, y conocí varios brasileños. De hecho, sí conozco varios, pero ya hace tiempo que no hablo con todos mis amigos, ¿verdad? Y pues así está el caso. En Estados Unidos ya ves, es más inglés, y pues, bueno,
isso.
nada, o sea, es la vida cotidiana de Estados Unidos, hablar más el inglés, ¿verdad?
Muita,
Pero pues, estoy muy contento que tú estés aquí, hablas muy bonito español,
muita
hablas
graça.
muy, de hecho, mejor que el mío a este punto.
Não, não tem. Me encanta muito falar espanhol, também
Qué
conhecer
bueno.
outras culturas, além de mexicanos. Eu tenho muitos amigos de todos os lugares, Centroamérica,
Oh,
Sul-América,
yeah.
América também. Me encanta porque sempre estou tratando, cambiando, fazendo networking com todos eles. Sim, isso é
Oh,
bueno. Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, I'm going to switch over to English. So most of my viewership speaks mostly English, but
Yes.
super, super thrilled to have you on. I love what you're doing over at your studio. I'd love to come by sometime and see it, and really, really, talk about yeah, some of the things you're doing. So I'm happy that you're here on, so we can talk about how you support, and you said you support people by way of bringing on and being able to have a platform, because I have seen some of your podcast episodes are really cool, and you do have some Brazilians on there as well, and you're talking about things that affect people. And right now with Let's talk about a little bit of the political climate in the United States of America, being that we have such an, I would go as far as saying animosity, even, and people that are, just far and wide that are being impacted by the current administration. There's people that are being harassed, most definitely harassed. How do you feel? What is it? What's something that you can tell your people, or what kind of information do you give them about their rights and how they can go about being protected during this awful, godforsaken, crazy time?
Awesome. Thanks for the question. It's a very important question you made for me. And I'm gonna go back a year ago when I create Be Live with Dani Kelly. My main goal it was to focus to connect and communicate with immigrants or people who that would love to come to America.
Mhm.
America is American dream in everywhere, the whole world. So
Yeah.
my mission is to disseminate the
Hmm.
proper information to immigrants so
Hmm.
they can follow through the regulations, through the law, and then they are well informed. So there
Yes.
are no mistakes. The problem
Right.
is when you come to United States or we are abroad, most of the people come with no money, with a dream, right?
Sure.
Your currency is the dream most of the
Yes.
time. And then the currency, the dream, and the passion to be over here, most of the time, driven us to make mistakes and believe the wrong people. So the wrong
Yes.
people are the one who makes the fortune through your dreams. So my platform it is there to inform those people that you can find the right direction to live in the United States. You can have the right
Yes.
direction to be safe, but to follow the right people and learn from the people who already experience. So when I started to interview on Brazilians who live in United States and they have the real life. So through that struggle and the experience becomes example to others that are in Brazil or in other countries. And then from that information they come to the United States or they are here already and they are lost. And then
Yes.
for that podcast, and I believe I had helped many Brazilians that watch it and they could compare and also they could understand how it is to live in the United States. So the podcast is like a real lived example so you don't fail to the wrong people, to the hands of the wrong people.
Yes.
You
It's
know?
like a blueprint. It's like a blueprint to success. You're the
Yes,
right person. You're the gatekeeper that holds the key to their success,
yes,
and through your company, through your hub,
yes.
Creation USA, in a podcast, it
I'm
helps.
the safe
It
place.
helps disseminate the information.
And people come to me and say, "Oh, I need the accounting. I have the right accounting. Who knows how to navigate with your business or whatever you need?" Or you go to Brazilian consulate. You
Yes.
contact the right immigration law firm. Or you need to learn English. You go to the right person to teach you English. You need to talk to a psychologist or therapist to have the right person because you know people are here to make money, not to survive. So most of the time, in number of times you're gonna face people that have not good intentions and they want only profits. That's
Right.
when you fail. Most of the case are immigrants going, they have been deported or they have failed the documentation because they have experienced bad service, bad immigration service through bad lawyers. And those
Yes.
lawyers make tons of money and holding you between 2 to 5, 10, 20 years to process your documentation, which could be in 2 years.
Oh my God. So what I'm hearing is a lot of baloney, a lot of malarkey, a lot of craziness happening with lawyers who are basically defrauding these people of tens of thousands of dollars to get to them, to the American dream, and tell them they're going to become citizen. Now, this, just so you know, we could pause right there, Danny. Just so you know, this happens across the board. It happens to Mexican Americans. I mean, Mexican people that come in, that migrate here to the United States. It happens to folks from Central America, Latin America, because they don't have a good footing here. They don't have the right people like yourself, such as yourself. So they end up being entrapped and ensnared in these groups of thieves, of pirates that essentially steal, and they give them lies, and they say we're like you said, they could have been citizens within 2 years, and now they're owing them money, and nothing's being done because they keep stretching it out. Right? That's what I'm hearing. Wow.
Yeah, it is, and it is like it's a gap on the system. It's not the immigration fault. It's like between that and the people who, because the thing is, when you're an immigrant and you're undocumented, you're
Hmm.
so afraid, and
Yes.
those people take advantage of you and they abuse you in all kinds of ways, psychological
Sure.
way, financial way, all kind. I don't want to describe all, but we
Yeah.
know, that
Yes.
that situation happens to everyone that does not have family over here, or they
Yes.
don't know someone that can support them, and then
Hmm.
you end up fall in the wrong hands, or have bad advices from people, you
Yes.
know and the
Just send you
common
that.
yeah, the common ones advices like this might be happen to you, I know, the communities too, but what we know, like some people, they say to the new people come like, oh, I need to help, I need to find a job, I need a place. And those people who are here for a certain time, they take advantage of them. And most of the time, those people work almost for free or don't get
Yes.
paid in order to be quiet and don't, and then say, oh, I'm going to deport you. So these people are so
Yeah.
quiet. They're suffering in silence.
Yes.
They
Wow.
are suffering silence. And that's the worst thing you can do to someone,
Yes.
Um, so
Most
don't.
definitely.
Yeah, so I open my platform. I have the podcast for Passport de Informação that would are for Brazilians in Brazil over here, so they can work, they can listen and get
Sure.
experience, and through that examples they can reach. I just tell them, just reach me, send me a message, and then I can connect to you. And this has to be happening. I'm really happy to share over here. Um, it was something that from my heart I felt that I need to do a year and a half ago. I didn't even know what's going to be happening right now. But it was the
That's
right
great.
moment. Yeah, it was the right moment, the right move. And then I
Yes.
believe there's something else who told me, just do it. And
Yes.
then I was right there doing it
I'm
already.
with you right there, 100%. I believe that you need to just go out there and do it. Jump in
Yes.
2 feet and let God and everything conspire so that
Yeah.
everything you wanted to happen will happen. And then
Yeah.
everything else takes it all the chips will fall exactly where they need to. I think, but it's a matter of you first taking that leap of faith almost.
Mm.
Um, and go in, dive in, deep dive. I have a question for you. So your resources, are these completely free, totally free for people to and only for Brazilians, correct? Or is it, our resources stretch out to other folks from other countries?
We stretch out for everyone.
Okay.
Most of the consultations are Brazilians doing, like lawyers, but you have
Yes.
American lawyers too that you can rely with Brazilian lawyers together. We have accountings, we have therapists, we have everything that what anything that you need to feel safe
Welcome and safe.
and feel like you can, like, I can move on now. I can breathe, because only when you are immigrant you know how
Yes,
heavy it is, the pressure to be undocumented. And
absolutely.
If
especially in this time of a day
I,
where there's
yeah,
a lot of fear mongering. There's a lot of
yeah,
false information being disseminated by way of TikTok and all these
yeah.
platforms that are like a double-edged sword, you know.
Or people make a tons of lies just to make likes, and make like people
That go
desperate and
viral.
say, and then scare. And I look at them like you. I don't understand how people can move on this is to make others so afraid, and what's the desire, what's the take from that, the oppression.
No empathy, no
No
sympathy for
empathy.
people. That's
Yes.
it's about getting the ratings. It's about getting the viral moment, that
Yeah.
snippet, that blip. So yeah, like I said, you're super passionate and you're a great representative of your people. And I find that you love your Brazilian roots. You want to help the folks. You've learned that there's a lot of misinformation online. And now you are that beacon of light, that person that's going to connect the people with the right excuse me, connect them with the right resources, it sounds like.
Yes, yes. That was is my mission, and is little by little. A new the platform is new, creation studio is new, and then I'm connected the podcast with the studios, the space, to give a base, so they can come and like, okay, I need the help with my business. I need to grow. I need the help with paperwork. I need the help to find a lawyer. I need help with
Mhm.
do accounting. And then, oh, I need the help to find friends, to connect and network to sell. So that's my mission too. My purpose is to get all this in one place and also to promote the right information to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why you call it the hub. I like it.
The
It's a
hub, yeah.
one-stop shop.
One
Let
stop
me ask you
shop.
this. What is the misconception about Brazilian culture in the United States, do you think?
Oh my God, the misconception on the United States. The first one, everyone thinks we live on the Amazon. The whole Brazil is a whole Amazon. We
That's
play
funny.
soccer every day and then we walk in bikinis every day, right? So when they arrive in São Paulo, for example, it is like, wow, all these skyscrapers and all these high buildings and very busy, and they get shocked. But also they think it's carnival 24/7 to 365 days a week a year. And then
Carnal.
also, yeah, and they also think everybody looks like me in Brazil, but we are all mixed. Like you have
Yeah.
Europeans, you have Africans, you have the indigenous, and you have like
Hmm.
my complex skin. That's why I'm mix of everything.
Yes.
um yeah, but we are very hard workers. We work
Yes.
very hard, and we are smart. And you try to learn. You learn. We adapt to any place we go. We are very friendly, and you're happy. You love music, dancing, food. And if you meet you at the street in Brazil, we invite you to come to the house and eat with our friends. So you don't have becomes your friend at the moment you
Oh,
meet.
wow.
Yeah, it is really nice. So
Do
I
you
believe. uh
go ahead? Finish up.
this is the list of the misconception about being Brazilian, but now I believe it has changed a lot with the all the music, all the culture being disseminated right now here, and a lot of Brazilians are
Yeah.
expanding on the film industry and the music world, so the fashion. So it is a lot more advanced than 20 years ago when I arrived in
20.
America.
So you got here to America. Walk us through your life. What was it like coming here? The culture shock, because you did come from a different country. How did you feel? How were you treated? What made you tick? Like, what made you, I don't know, like, ruffle your feathers? Did anyone make fun of you? I mean, walk us through that moment when you set foot in the United
um
States.
Yeah, no, when I came to America, I was really young, and then I came by myself, no family. I have friends here. And then at the moment I walked to I always tell about this, to the airport. I arrived at LAX, and it was my first international flight ever. I arrived in LAX with a backpack, and I just used to say a backpack, a one luggage, and then a lot of dreams inside the luggage. It was dreams there. Was nothing besides that, because I didn't know English. I didn't know how to drive. I didn't know about the culture, but I want to be over here. I want to be over here. That was my driven point. I wanted to be over here. So
Wow.
when I arrived to in LA, and then I walk out to step out of the airplane, and I pass through customs, everything, and to immigration, and then on the corner before I leave the airport was this lady, big lady, and she was working at the airport, and she asked me, "Where's your parents?" And I say, "My parents?" She said, "Yes." "Where's your parents? Because you look so young. You cannot be travel by yourself." I say, "No, I'm my age already. I'm older already." And then she say, "No, let me check your passport." I was like, "Okay." So I think she was curious about myself.
Yeah.
And she looked like, "Oh, okay, but young lady," and she told me this, "Young lady, you look very young, but let's see how LA will treat you a few years after. Like if I could handle what's coming for me, on this land, And she gave me like a kind of like advice, like be careful, just be careful, just no, just be
Right.
careful on the
Yeah.
whole way,
She
and
didn't want you to be a statistic, but she was also inflicting in you some unnecessary fear. You know?
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, but it was really good for me, but because that game is like, like,
I'm gonna
okay,
prove her wrong.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a catalyst that pushed you. I have a question for you. So I'm listening, I'm hearing you out, and I love what we're talking about here. I love this, conversation. You arrive in the United States with hunger, you're brazen, you really want the American dream, the sliver of the pie in the sky. You're gonna get it one way or another. And flash forward 20 years later, and here you are making your dreams come true. You walk the best red carpets I've seen you walk, where the flashiest clothes, you're modeling different things, you're doing everything you set out to do. It's um it's honestly, it's super inspiring on more than one way. It's needless to say, I mean, that's you're super inspirational, your story. Have you thought about writing a book about, like, a memoir of your life thus far? I mean, you have a lot more to go, but I'm thinking there's a lot there, that we can, for fresh eyes to look at and stuff. A lot of eyeballs would be paying attention to your book, because it seems to me you've amassed a good amount of fans and people that are really taking advantage of everything you're offering. So that's very cool. So I want to say
yeah.
hats off
thank,
to you.
thank you, Jim. I do think about writing a memoir, a book, but not right now. I'm not ready
Okay.
because I have so much to reveal. You know,
Okay.
I have a lot. And
Yes.
I'm not ready yet to open. I That's why I believe that I'm putting all myself to help people in order to open myself, because I'm not ready yet to open for all the things I've
Okay.
had me doing this path, this way on trying to become this Daniela you see right now.
Yeah.
Of course, I wasn't. This was I. I made it myself. I work on myself so hard, and to learn. I was learning every day, and I learn every day. And even though when you try to do something good for people, you still being uh, how I say, people interpret you wrong
Yeah.
way. They think
Yeah.
you're trying to do things just to show off, and it's not
Right. Right.
about that. And I believe this is between me and God. That's it.
Yes.
nothing, no one between that. My agreement with him, but
Yes.
I do want to write, but I'm not ready yet because I have a
You want me
lot.
to tell you why? Because you can inspire people. When this book comes out, there'll be a lot of Brazilians maybe that don't know about you yet that can learn, and not just Brazilians, people from other countries that come here. Real curious. Did you come on a like a business or fashion visa or entrepreneur
I
visa
came
or
with tourist visa, tourist
tourist visa?
visa.
Okay.
Yeah, tourist visa, and then I changed. I got married. I married, and then the
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you. But I'm not married anymore. So, but yeah, I came on the proper way, and then I was very lucky that I didn't have any problem with paperwork, immigration. I had a very good lawyer, and I had a very good
Yes.
family at that time who guided me. So I know I had that, and unfortunately not everyone has the opportunity that I
Right.
had. And then that's why I would like to share that it is like, yeah, it's okay to share, it's okay to give, and it's okay to guide people. Even though you don't have to be the best friends, you don't have to connect, you don't have to, but just don't see them and don't let them fall. you know
Yeah.
it is very precious, and for me,
Yes.
I cannot see people falling. I can't. It's
Me
from
either.
myself.
Your
So
heart hurts. It pulls at your
yeah,
heartstrings. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Doesn't matter what
Now,
they think, what they do later on after. It's about my mission, and that's it. Yeah. Hmm. Thank
you
you.
said I'm highlighting some great stuff here. Tonight on Almost Famous Radio Podcast, having you on is such a delight. Your story is one of a kind. The fact that you do what you do, God bless you in more ways than one.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful. That you
Oh,
you
thank you.
you really put your heart and soul and
I,
literally tears and everything into what you do. You pour your heart out, and
I
God
do.
bless you for that. Bless your heart. Let me ask you this about the stories that you feature. What has been up until now, to this point, one of the greatest stories, if you will, transformative stories that you featured on your podcast? The
Oh my God, I have so many. Like, let's say one. I would say one of my podcasts that was really intense was Claudia. She is a skincare esthetician right now. She has a business in Woodland Hills. No,
cool.
yeah, close by you.
I'm
And
gonna tell my
she's
wife.
for over 40 years now. She came very
Wow.
young, and she had a very tough life. Like, she had a drug addiction of drugs problem. She had kids, and she could become a single mom. Her husband left her, and then she overcome her struggle on such a beautiful way that
Wow.
she talks about. And the message is, we do things for love, and sometimes love devastate us, right? It makes you like go all the way down for choose the wrong path. But okay, and now she has her business. Her daughter is grown up, and she has a beautiful life. And now she's married, and she is so strong. She was able to go to the podcast and talk about her whole story, and even her friends, close friends, didn't know about the whole details.
Wow.
And
Mind
this
blowing.
was so powerful to have her open up her life
Yes.
over there and give examples of what she went through. And
Sure.
now she's such a beautiful soul, and she helps also a lot of people, and so examples like that is so worth it to show that all the people going through the same struggle and or less struggle, but they know they can have a hope to hold, even though you're in another country, you have no family or
Yes.
no money or no work, but something is gonna come up, and It's all part
Right.
of the process. That's why I always talk
Yes.
about it's all part of the
You
process.
must trust the process, right?
You have, it's painful, but you have to trust the process. It's painful. It's really painful.
Everything. Yeah. I think it's the upheavals and troublesome situations that help us become stronger. What doesn't break you makes you stronger, right? And
Nice.
so as a result, you learn from those trials and tribulations, as it were, and they
Yeah.
become lessons in life that you could then help the next generation or teach it to someone or
Yeah.
as a lore. Here, let me tell you my story. And it makes for great books, right?
Yeah.
Um, let me ask you this. We're going to talk about Brazil Zamba show and creative expression. But I wanted to ask you regarding let's see. Oh yeah, you're a trade professional, right? You're international trade professional. You talk shed light on that a little bit. What
Yeah.
exactly
Okay.
is that?
I do. Okay, so let me go the whole story first. I stopped with, okay, I have a company, Oya Brazil Samba Show, that
Yes.
is a cultural company that I performed for many years over here in the United States, also in China. Will become an ambassador of samba in China, and we went Taiwan, Thailand, everywhere, Macau, Oman. I was dancing everywhere, and then I have a troupe that I was choreographing, producing, doing contracts, everything. So I learned international business through my company on that time, and it was amazing experience. Opened me doors, and everything I know, learn how to do international business. I learned during the time. But then sooner or later, I become a mother and my son
Yay.
born. Yes, and then I see that I already have reached a certain level on the dancing world. I was really fulfilled of my achievements. Come from Brazil. In Hollywood, doing traveling the world and bring. I,
Yeah.
I was giving jobs for 30 people, at once, and then every weekend very busy. So this was
Beautiful.
really powerful for me. Come from Brazil, a girl, girl. Imagine a girl. So after I had my son, and I look around and I say, you know what? I think I should do some rebrand of myself. I have it too now. I went back to school and I put myself in school by myself, and I worked very hard to get my scholarship. And
Outstanding.
being
Outstanding.
a single mom, and my son was just 4 to 5, and then I got myself to college, and I worked myself up to have good grades, great GPAs, and then from college I went to UCI, and then I had a bachelor in political science and
So do I.
international studies, because I will need to learn about the system. I need to
Sure.
learn about the government and what's going around me, myself, and the world. And I always had questions about how things work, and no one could never give me answers, you
Right.
know, and the right answer. So I went to school. I said, if I want the right answer, I'm going back to school, and I was already a mother. So
It's a little trickier, but it sounds to me like whatever you set out to do, you accomplish. So, you
yeah,
know,
I do. I do work
that's the
hard.
running
It
theme in your life, it seems.
was not easy, but I went, and then I got, yeah, it's very hard school. It's very hard.
Irvine. Irvine.
It's very hard, and
Yeah.
they accept me. So from there, I got opportunity to do internship for Department of the Commerce, and then that
Awesome. Very
was a
cool.
import export. So I got to connect with a lot of amazing people. Oh my gosh, I was delightful. I was like, this is amazing. This is the work I want to do. I want to be involved. And I want to be a lawyer, first of all, and because I want to be on immigration. That I always focus on
Right.
immigration. Always. But then the import export fascinates me because I was doing kind of import, not import export, but I was working internationally, and that was just like
Very
adding
cool.
all of my, the things I do, my skills. So I learned import export. Um, I learned all the regulations. I was involved. I was in the meetings, and then from there, I said, okay, now I'm gonna do this, and now so I got working for a Japanese company. We do import export aircraft parts, and
Nice.
then yeah, so our regulations are even harder because aircraft parts is harder than anything else for all the FAA regulations and even though harder. So I always put myself in position that challenge myself even
Yes.
more. And I believe that makes me alive, makes me
Sure.
want to be alive, make me
Yes.
and my brains
Every
don't not
challenge.
stop. Yes, I needed to be awesome challenge. That's myself. This is me.
Yeah,
And
because your brain keeps working. It's
yeah,
when the brain, certain parts of your brain stop working, and you don't have no more goals set
yeah,
or a vision anymore, that we begin to sort of deteriorate, and then
yeah.
Alzheimer and all that other stuff kick in. Early onset of Alzheimer's. So we don't want that. We want to keep
No.
moving.
I want to be
I like to
alive.
move.
I want to feel
Yes,
alive,
it's
and
awesome. Yeah. Go ahead.
I, I want to feel that I'm valuable to someone that needs any help. That's how I feel. I feel that, and so
Right.
import export is part of what I do too. So if anybody wants to import export, I'm here. And
You wear a lot of hats, it seems. Entrepreneurial, like you're obviously helping to be a liaison, to help your community, your folks,
yeah,
in Brazil, and people to be able to come to a safe haven and be able to learn and the right resources, right?
oh,
Um, and then also you have obviously the podcast, and then you do
the
uh
studio, the studio.
the studio, and then the Oya Brazil Samba show that you've done, right?
Yes, so yeah, Brazil is my
Passion,
passion. My first passion was ballet because I did ballet in Brazil.
right?
I'm a ballerina for since I was 8, five,
Wow,
then ballerina, and then comes samba right after. And when I
I like
moved
it.
to America, I say I'm going to do samba because it's so fascinating, so beautiful, and the colors, the feathers, the music. And so Oya Brazil Samba Show is my baby, my passion, something that I create with so much love.
It's your
And
brainchild. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and then it made me go, the 7 seas. So now I went through the 7 seas, and I'm very thankful for that. And I got respect. I got a lot of respect doing that, and the way I was, performing and creating. And also, I helped a lot of people during with Oya Brazil too. I got jobs,
right.
in Brazil, they start with me. Now they are big. So it was very good, very good.
You're providing jobs and opportunities. It sounds you're
Yeah.
well-rounded, Daniela Kelly. You're amazing to talk to. You're an amazing human being. Great spirit. You're an angel. May God bless you always.
Thank
Um, yeah, it's great to have you in my graces. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're almost out of time. Any last words from you till we could close the
Yes,
circle?
yes. No, I love to connect with you. Thank you so much for having me over and share my story. It's like a little memoir of myself, and I
Yes,
love to talk and to help and connect. And I want to welcome you to one of those days. Come to the studio,
I
and
will.
also come and share all you have with our community, and it will be.
Absolutely.
But thank you for having me on a
I'll
podcast.
be
Thank you,
more
everyone.
than honored. Your
Yes,
IG is right below. You see it? B- Be
yes,
live with Danny Kelly. That's
yes.
that's her Instagram. And does that across the board everywhere else, like to
I
find you on Google?
I have the YouTube channel right for now, and the Instagram, Facebook. Not yet in other platforms, not yet, but soon, soon.
Super exciting. Guys, that's my show, Almost Famous Radio Podcast. I'm delighted to have had you on, Danny. Keep on shining, keep on blessing,
Thank
keep on
you.
helping the people. You're the best. Stick around for a second, yeah? And that's
Yeah.
my show, guys. Until next time, hello and goodbye until we meet again. Thank you. And God
Bye.
bless you.